Welcome back to the channel. The leaves are changing. I haven't done a video in a long time for you guys, but if you guys are following me on Instagram, you guys got sneak peek early access to my latest car. This is a beautiful Norcia blue 2010 Mercury Grand Marquis LS Ultimate. Now 2010 and 11 had very limited production numbers for not just this car but all the Panthers, and ironically the Mercury Grand Marquis was the most luxurious of them all in terms of the final year Panthers. Now I'm going to give you guys a walk around and pretty much a full in-depth review of this beautiful 2010 Mercury Grand Marquis Norcia blue. Oh, how was the Grand Marquis the most luxurious of them all in terms of the final year Panthers? Well, you guys know that they started to decontent these cars, meaning take out features, make people not want to buy them, and make them way more fleet oriented. So Ford started doing that around 2007 when they were kind of debating getting rid of the Grand Marquis Town Car and Crown Vic. So the Grand Marquis, what makes it different is that it wasn't decontented as much. It still got rear air suspension. With this car, it was converted to coils, so a little bit cheaper to maintain. But here we go. We've got this nice wood grain interior. This is my first time owning a Grand Marquis. Another thing that made the Grand Marquis really nice is this keyless entry door pad. Now, if you guys don't know, the door code is quick and easy trick to find out is just pop the trunk and look on the hinges. It should have a 5-digit code, and that's going to be your door combo. Also, going inside the Grand Marquis, you have the nice instrument cluster. This one's got cruise control, leather wrapped steering wheel, and it is for sale. If you guys want to buy my Grand Marquis, be sure to DM me on Instagram at Cars of Queens. As you guys can see, we've got power seats. This tan interior is really nice. This was old person owned, so you guys know that it wasn't beat on. Now going inside the Grand Marquis, we do have a Bluetooth head unit, as you guys can see. JVC Bluetooth head unit. We've got digital climate controls, connect your phone and stuff. You do have a few modern amenities that way. You've got the tachometer, and you have a tiny little digital dash as well as a speedometer, and all of these are real gauges, no screens. This is before the days of the screens. So one of the last of the real true American cars, the 2010 Mercury Grand Marquis. These late model cars are really hard to find, and if any of you guys want to buy this one, be sure to hit me up at Cars of Queens on Instagram. I'm asking $4,500, but I am a little bit negotiable on the price, so if you guys are interested, be sure to hit me up and let's work out a deal. So a little bit about the history of this Grand Marquis. In 2010, the person that I bought it from, his elderly mother owned the vehicle, and she bought a Ditchman Ford in Flemington, New Jersey. Now that dealership is actually Chioka Ford in the same exact spot, so they changed ownership. However, luckily for the next owner, this vehicle was dealer maintained its entire life. I have the Carfax showing all the dealer maintenance history records, and I've spent few $1,000s fixing it up, just doing a few things here and there. I know it's got some stickers on the trunk. I'm gonna get those removed, but pretty much the car runs and drives immaculately. This is a perfect example of an Ultimate Edition Grand Marquis. This is pretty much the pinnacle of the 2010 and 2011, the last model year of these Panther platform cars. As you guys can see, just put on some brand new corner lights on both sides. It's got this really nice grille. As you guys can see, brand new corner lights. We got alloy wheels, no hubcaps. So this one's a fantastic car. I've been dailying it just because it's so comfortable to drive. If you guys have ever been in one of these, you guys know nothing beats the ride on these. It's just the most pleasant experience. It's archaic, but it's modern at the same time, and that's what I really love about these cars. So going under the hood, we still have the V8 plastic cover, so that's a clear sign that this car was well maintained and taken care of. I noticed the cars that come with that cover usually means somebody cared for it enough to put it back on. You know, they didn't take it to just anywhere. The intake manifold is in good shape. something I always check for whenever I buy a Panther. More often than not, the intake manifold's leaking, or it's the fake dormant one. You guys never ever want to buy a dormant intake manifold. Those are the worst. We've got a rather newer battery, no problem starting right up. Overall, it's in good shape. Everything's there. No smell of coolant, no smell of oil. Everything works as it should. There's no weird noises, no creaks, no croaks, none of that good stuff. So overall, you're getting a really nice car. So in terms of recent service, what I've done to it is I put a brand new power steering pump. The power steering was on its way out. We did a fluid flush and a few other things. The car's got fresh oil. Pretty much turnkey example of a 2010 Grand Marquis. And the question I get asked all the time is, do you have a long wheelbase Crown Victoria for sale or any Panther for sale? So, you know, when one comes up, I usually do not have a hard time finding a buyer for it very quickly. Everything's in fully functioning order. Really nice car. Whoever gets it is going to get a really nice example of a 2010 Mercury Grand Marquis. Now this Norcia blue pearl paint is in remarkable shape for a 13-year-old car. As you guys can see, a lot of the ones I see popping up on eBay, Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace, the paint's shot. The paint is literally flaking, it's coming off. Well, that's not the case on this one. As you guys can see, I'm going to give you guys pretty much a walk around of the paint to show you the kind of condition that it's in. As you guys can see, really nice mirror-like finish on the paint of this car. So you definitely got a well cared for example. The person that had it before this, like I said, he inherited it from his mother, who was elderly in New Jersey. So pretty much all highway miles until very recently. He got the car in 2021, and I've got this car for the last few months. I've just been driving it around, and it's been a fantastic car. All right, now we're gonna take her on a little test drive. Now this is where this car really starts to shine. The gear shifts really smooth. The engine and transmission are in great shape. Like I said, brand new power steering pump, and the fluids have been flushed also. The power steering was really stiff when I had gotten it. 182,000 miles on her, so that's probably the original pump that this car came from the factory. I just want to let you guys hear that first gear whine. It's the most pleasant sound that you can ever get from a car, is that Ford transmission first gear whine. Just listen. The engine and the transmission, they just complement each other so well in terms of the sound on these cars, and it's just super duper pleasant. It drives straight as an arrow. Really nice car to drive. The seats are like you're sitting on a lazy boy. Even in 2010, 2011, these seats are super duper comfortable. Granted, they're not as comfortable as like the 90s ones with like the velour. Those seats were like sitting in your grandmother's old couch, like you guys already know. We also have auto headlights, and you have a digital speedometer as well as an analog one, so you get the best of both worlds with this car. She pulls when you need to. Obviously, it's not a sporty car. It's not meant to go fast or anything like that, but you get everything you need out of a car. Everything works. Everything you know, works as it should, and the brakes stop the car on a dime. So it's really nice. You have the digital climate controls over here, so just turn it on. Blue to get colder, red to get hotter, obviously. And what I really like is the Bluetooth JVC head unit right over here. So, you know, it makes it a little bit modern in terms of you can, you know, connect with your phone. You can get Siri to give you navigation and stuff. Over here in the visor, it is sliding. You do get a mirror, unlike the Crown Victoria Police Interceptor. Your cruise control settings are on your steering wheel, and this car is just so pleasant to drive. The steering is just super duper smooth. Really nice. I'm just really happy with this car, but I have way too many cars at the moment. I have to liquidate some of my stuff. Unfortunately, the Mercury has to be the one to go. Maybe next I'll get a town car. I've been wanting a town car for the longest time. So don't be surprised if I just show up on the channel one day with a town car. That's probably going to be the next Panther body that I buy. If not another long wheelbase, or if I find, you know, NYPD P71, which have pretty much gone extinct nowadays. That would be amazing to have. But I want to show you guys more of the Chris Fix Windstar. I want to show you guys more of the NYPD box Chevy Caprice. So if you guys have any recommendations for what you guys want to see on the channel, be sure to leave it in the comments below, and I'm going to try to get to as many of those as possible. So I'm going to let these cars go so we can do a nice little pull and hear how she sounds. That was a quick little 0 to 60 action for you guys. Obviously, she's not any type of slouch. There's no misfire. The engine is really healthy. Transmission really smooth, really healthy. So this is definitely a car you can count on, and it's been my daily driver. I've been using this to kind of keep the miles off some of my other cars, and just because it's super duper comfortable. The keyless entry is great if you like to leave your keys in the car and lock yourself out. Keyless entry, boom. So you got a lot of creature comforts, despite being the decontented version of the Last of the Panthers. So I know I enjoy driving this car everywhere. I love it. I love it. I know whoever ends up getting it is going to love it just as much. Be sure to DM me on Instagram if you guys are interested in purchasing this beautiful boat right here. Hopefully you guys all enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys with the next car. Best believe I have a bunch of new interesting projects coming up, so be sure to stay tuned for that. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys on the next one.